his van. He never has to use them calibrated hands. Dispatch sends him on a no heat call. He got to diagnose before he gets to the door, cause he's a super tech. Yeah, super tech. Yeah, he's a super tech. Gets his jobs done before 4. Yeah, he's a super tech.
Factor.
Never calls tech support. Yeah, he's a super tech. Gets his job done
We're
before
live.
4. He's a super tech.
He's a super tech.
Never calls tech support. He's never had a callback in about 10 years. He tells the rookies while they're pounding beers, I'm the one that gets the jobs done. I'm a super tech. Don't forget
H.V.A.C.
it, son.
SoCal, what's up?
Super tech. He's a super
Checking
tech.
the volume.
He's a super tech. He's a super
Checking the
tech.
having.
Gets his jobs done before.
Oh, sounds great.
He's a super tech.
Oh, H.V.A.C. ACR SoCal. Felipe's got Dos Equis going. Cheers, man. Stephen Reirden. Dude. Roger Gregory sponsoring tonight. Send out the R-22s. Yeah, we're going to do a little backsliding and do some drinking. The R-22 party night. Chris Bevins is in the house. Oh, it's Modelo time for H.V.A.C. Stephen Reirden, how's business, man? I always loved your videos. Those were good times. OG, straight up OG HVAC YouTuber. That's my backup vocals. Dude, the funniest backup vocals I ever did was in Broken Bell to Titus, because I didn't have any girl backup singers, so I had to do it myself. Steven's doing well. That's awesome. Yeah, there's no shortage of HVAC stuff. That's for sure, especially going forward. They're gonna try and sell. We'll get into this article in a little bit. But by 2030, California's trying to install 6 million electric heat pumps. The California Heat Pump Partnership, CAHPP. So it sounds like a bunch of investors got together with the state, and they're going to push this to the moon. Release the first large-scale plan developed through the public-private partnership. You catch that right there? Public-private partnership. To rapidly scale heat pump adoption in California with a clear roadmap to achieving that goal. So they want to try and get to this carbon neutral by 2045. So gasoline engines, natural fired gas furnaces, everything's the enemy of the state in California. But I'll be honest with you, if you got a gas furnace, keep it. It is so expensive to run a heat pump in the state that has the highest electric costs. But they're hell-bent. 6 million heat pumps by 2030. Get on that, Felipe. You're going to have to switch over to residential. Oh, H.V.A.C. wants to know how we're feeling about the Niners. I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good about the Niners. We'll see how the defense does. I mean, the offensive line's still going to be crap, but if they can keep Brock Purdy healthy, they got supposedly an easy schedule, but there's never an easy schedule in the NFL. So, but we'll see how it goes. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about the Niners. Totally stoked about the Giants. The Giants shouldn't be doing as good as they're doing, but they are. Look at this right here. Oh, that's the Giant. We're having the little Giants right there. Cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Let's make it official. Oh, the Friday night live stream with your host, NorCal Dave. All right, tonight's show is brought to you by GNG Heating and Air, Greensville, South Carolina, from our man, Roger Gregory himself. So if you saw last week, I opened the box Roger sent out. Roger sent out 6 R-22 IPAs. Made by Big Top Brewing. It's R-22 cold IPAs with bright, tropical hop aroma, zesty notes of stone fruit, papaya, and mango, combined with a crisp light body and a clean finish. Our favorite hoppy hybrid offers, excuse me, I'm burping, the enjoyable flavors of an IPA and the light, clean, and crisp drinkability of a lager. And I gotta say, that's about exactly right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you, Roger. So, when I was opening the box from Roger, because I'm not slick with wielding the knife, I took out 2 soldiers. So, we're down to a 4-pack. I killed him on the air last week. Oh, man. Oh, H.V.A.C.R. SoCal Dos Equis Light. They don't make Dos Equis Light. You either get the amber or the green ones. I've never seen Dos Equis Light. I've seen Tecate Light. Lots of Tecate Light. Jason Johnson's in the house. Refrigeration Insights in the house. Oh, man. Want to make the chat bigger, but man, I'm just not very computer. Oh, there it goes. Hot dog, I did it. I'm not the sharpest with the computers. Oh, look at Felipe's all Dodgers. I think I'm going to get sick over here. Look, I even got my Giants wristbands going for you, Felipe, right there. Oh, you got the Dos Equis green ones. Those are good. What up, Dave? Are those R-22 any good? Well, I got to tell you, everything the can described is absolutely true. You got the IPA taste, but it doesn't feel super heavy like an IPA. And they're like 5.4%. So, oh, Roger's here. All right, Roger's just getting ready to read your letter, Roger. So, Roger's all, hello, Dave. This is how we used to communicate in the old days. We'd send letters before all this email stuff. I'm sending you a 6-pack of R-22 for the beer party show, and G&C Service is sponsoring. Thank you for the sponsor, Roger Gregory. Thank you very much. Remember, it's your show and no restrictions when G&G sponsors the show. I also threw in a couple Masters cups to drink it from, if you want to. All right, Roger's coming out to San Diego, and then he might come to San Francisco, and maybe we can get together for lunch or dinner. If you come to San Francisco, I'll try and ride the motorcycle out, and we'll say hello, for sure. And here's the Masters cups. I had those out there. That's from the golf tournament, the Masters, the one Rory won. Rory McIlroy, the Irishman. Oop, I always turn it the wrong way on the camera. I figure out it's backwards. But look, I got the clear one and the green one. Totally stoked. Thank you so much, Roger. If you guys are out in South Carolina and you need heating and air conditioning repairs, call G&G Services, and Roger Gregory will fix you up. He'll get you fixed up. Roger's the only sponsor we've had except for our 12-year-long sponsorship that we've had running with our greatest sponsor of all time, and that is nobody. Nobody has sponsored this channel for 12 years. So G&G sponsored us twice. So Roger, thank you very much. Dude, the R-22 is not bad. Look at that. I'm drinking R-22. Big Top Brewing, Sarasota, Florida. I'm on the bucket list. I want to take the motorcycle out to the Florida Keys, and I want to come up. I want to do Georgia coast. I want to get into South Carolina, North Carolina. Probably cut back into Tennessee and make my way back. I want to absolutely do that. I don't know when. I got to find time to do all this stuff. Stephen Reirden, crazy that it's been that long. Yeah, and I'm still only at 40,000 subscribers. I think you had 40,000 subscribers just talking about electronic gauges back in the day. And then I remember when all the probes came out. What was that one set of probes that are probably the best set of probes, and then everybody went away from them? And Zach sent me a set, and I passed them on to OC Refrigeration. Shannon Knight's in the house, Tennessee. Oh, Reirden says visit. He's in North Carolina. Yeah, man, I need to make the run. Felipe says Dan Foss will sponsor you. Yeah. Oh, man. Trying to remember. What were the gauges that had the killer app before Measure Quick? The probes everybody had. And they were super expensive, but they freaking worked. Roger's like, no, I'm actually working for Ted Cook now. Is that true, Roger? You're working with Ted? I like Ted's videos. Ted's cool. Ted rides Harleys. Steven's out by Raleigh, North Carolina. Not bad, not bad. Are you? Oh, the I Manifold. There it is, Steven. The I Manifold. Oh man, the I Manifold. That was a great product with a great app. I think they still make it. James Toy calls it the I Manifold. Yeah, Roger's all, yeah, working for Ted. Cool. Will Ted let you make videos, Roger, or does Ted hog all the videos for himself? If I ever had an employee, I'd let him tear it up. But I'm just a one-man deal besides the day job. And what did everybody get into this week? I had a pretty cruiser week, pretty much. Dead compressor on a walk-in. That was good. It was like a 7-year-old scroll. You know that the smallest scroll that Copeland makes, that little 1.25 horsepower. Those are super easy. Roger does not make videos. You guys are probably busy though in South Carolina. You get full summer AC season and you get full winter cooling season, right? I remember watching Steven's videos. I always thought North Carolina was hot. Then you'd watch his videos and that dude's out there fixing heaters in the snow and getting the night calls for Cape Fear. Remember that? Remember the good old days, Steven? Good old Cape Fear videos. And I remember you hated the GoPros. The old GoPros sucked. You had to format the card every time before you used it, or those things would glitch. And back in those days, I did all my videos with the iPhone. The iPhone films so good. And it's so easy to download from your phone onto iMovie and then up to the internet. It was like you didn't even have to sit it. I never even had a computer back in those days. I did everything off the phone. I got the computer later to mess around with the motorcycle videos because it's a little more funner to do that, to actually spend time and try and make like a little video. The refrigeration stuff was easy if you filmed it in order, but I would miss a lot of stuff too because I didn't have like the head camera, and I'd miss a bunch of stuff. But I'm pretty much still sharing all my tricks and tips. Might as well. What's this here? Jason Johnson, SpaceX has 20 brand new 500-ton air-cooled chillers we're starting up. Oh, that sounds like a great time right there. Salty Brewers started at the morgue in SF and ended at Pixar. I used to hate the morgue calls. They were always greasy. I would always tell them if they had little kids in there, if they could, move them out of the way before I got in there wrenching. That would always bum me out. Look at Felipe's all. Steven Reirden is a super tech. Dude is smart. Yeah, Steven made great videos. Really in-depth videos. Good stuff. Shannon Knight makes good videos too. I like Shannon's videos. Shannon makes really good videos too. We got Cal Thompson in the house. Brother, just got home. I'm so addicted to your stuff lately. Worked on a 7.5-ton package unit today. TXV replaced. Oh, it's great. I remember when, do you guys remember when Ralph used to make the videos and he'd get on there and complain about when the TXVs came out for the air conditioning? And he'd have a meltdown over the TXVs. And as a refrigeration guy, I used to sit there and crack up, man. I'd be like, yeah, we kind of want to use TXVs. And I know it's a bummer on air conditioning because they were failing, but it wasn't the fault of the TXVs. It was other reasons. I think they were putting some chemical in the compressors, and then the TXVs would ice up. I think Carrier was doing that. Oh yeah, they were. And but the TXVs are the way to go. It's for all the efficiency stuff. Come on, boys, let's drink up. Let's drink like Vikings. I'll tell you the Viking story. The reason I said that, I think I said it last week too. We were going to drink like Vikings. So my little brother and my old man. My old man's a character, and I think the little brother was yakking it up about partying or something, And I think the old man sat him down with a bottle of hooch and told him, hey, today we're going to drink like Vikings. And got the little bro absolutely annihilated. And that's a true story. So that's where that one came from. We're gonna we're gonna drink like Vikings. I suppose. Oh, it's supposed to be only part time. I retired last April from G&E. Oh, Rogers retired and supposed to be part time. Isn't that great when you could retire and pick up some hours, you know, working at a shop? We had guys that did that when I was coming up. So like the guy that taught me the flex trick, he was an older gentleman, an older tech, and there was two other guys that would come in at summertime to pick up the residential calls because I worked for a shop that did commercial refrigerations and residential, and they would come in summer and help pick up calls. And it did, because you guys know how it gets. And I remember the old man telling us one time, we'd get super backed up, and he would come in the morning and he'd say, you got to finish all your work orders tonight. And you'd have a stack, and you'd be there from 7 in the morning till 11 p.m. And you guys know how it is with air conditioning. The homeowner doesn't care what time you come out. They just want the air working. And yeah, we'd go 7 in the morning till 11 at night. And he'd pay the overtime, and just to get caught up because we get so backed up. Great times, yeah. H.V.A.C, the rust inhibitors in the compressors was killing the TXVs. Oh, he had such a good video on there, just getting all bummed out on those things. It was so good. And then I remember having the battle with Zach over the Zoom lock. And shit, now every plumber in town's ProPress. You'll go on jobs, and the whole job for the plumbers is ProPressed. I'm sure California will ban oxygen acetylene with this zero gas thing they're going for. And old NorCal will have to ProPress. Then I'm selling the van. Then we'll raffle the van off on the channel with all the stuff. Then I'm done. ProPress. Oh, there's another story in here that was cool. I got to find it for you guys. I thought this was a cool story. You guys are going to think I'm a weirdo, but I thought this was a cool little story. I got to find it in here. So this is in California. If you have a contractor's license, they send you out this mag. And, oh man, come on, Dave. Didn't you earmark it? Oh, I found it. It's called Indoor Comfort News. And that's what they send out. And it keeps you up to speed. You can see they got the LA fires there. They're going to try and fast track a bunch of stuff for those people, so they say, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Oh yeah, Jordan Mays is in the house. What's up, Jordan? Shannon Knight. I went to high school with the girl we nicknamed ProPress. Dude, so classic. So classic. All right, check out this little story. H.V.A.C. children's book wins an ACCA Spirit Award. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Air Conditioner Contractors of America, ACCA, has given their Spirit of Independence Award to children's book author Ryan Kiskaden. This recognition is the highest individual honor in the indoor environmental profession, bestowed occasionally to an individual who's making an impact towards the overall success of the professional contracting industry. Ryan's book, The Air Came to a Stop, teaches children about teamwork, HVACR technology, and having an appreciation for the skilled trades technicians. This book was created to inspire the next generation of HVACR professionals and to overcome misconceptions on blue-collar industries such as skilled trades. See, we're not bad guys, kids. And we're not ripping off your grandma. And we're good people. I'm going to have to get that book on Amazon and read it. It's a children's book. That's one I could read, hopefully. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna order that book, and I'm gonna read it on the air on a live stream. The Air Came to a Stop. I'm gonna find that thing on Amazon and order up, and we'll read it on the air and see if my 5th grade reading level can pull it off. That recovery machine is putting the herd on the shelf. I'm trying to sell that to Felipe. That one's up for grabs. That is the Pro Max. What is it? 5,000? That's a good recovery machine. And I quit using it when Field Piece sent me the Mr. 45, and then I sold that to Frank when Navac sent out the Nerd, and the Nerd is amazing. That's a good recovery machine. That Navac Nerd. What a good recovery machine. All right, Cal Thompson has a great question. What do you pay to keep your license current? So right now in California, it's $450 for the 2 years. I'm pretty sure that's right. And you got to renew your bond with that. Now they don't. Oh, there's another article in here. They were forcing guys like Felipe that were one-man shops with the C20, you know, for the heating and air license. They were forcing those dudes to get workman's comp insurance, even though you can't use it on yourself if you don't have any employees. They were making you buy it, and they're going to repeal that. That's getting. There's an article in here about they're repealing that. Me, I'm a C38 refrigeration license. I was exempt from it, but they were going to try and put it on us. Now they're pulling it back. And then if you're smart, you buy, a couple $1 million of business insurance. And God, I shouldn't say it on the air, but dude, the business insurance still isn't, they're not gouging us. I'm not getting gouged. They did cut the limit on my tool coverage. So like $2 million coverage is costing me like $1,200 a year in case I burn down the restaurant, which isn't bad. But my tool, I had to get a separate policy to cover the tools if the tweakers steal my tools. And they would only go up to $10,000 because of where I live. I got too many homeless people. So they're like, nope. They capped it off at 10 grand. And they're like, you need to super duper video inventory all your stuff because we're not going to give you 10 grand. So they were explaining it to me. If your tools get ripped off, if you got videos, they kind of prorate it by how old you think the tools are. They're not going to give you the price for the new tools. But yeah, and the bond, yeah, that's right, Chris Bevins, $450. I just paid mine too, so it's $450 for the 2 years, and then the bond for the 2 years was maybe $125, and then I just said what every year I got to pay like $1,200 for the business insurance, so it's not too bad. It's not like a deal killer. Now, if you have employees and you got to pay workman's comp and stuff, that it gets expensive. Look at Stephen Ritchie, cheaper than Arizona. Go figure. How much do you got to pay in Arizona for your contractor's license to stay current? So it's $450 for 2 years. And yeah, man, the R-22. Let's do it. Oh, Stephen Ritchie, $548 in Arizona for 1 year. But they figure you guys are probably doing so much air conditioning in Arizona that you guys are rich. I've always had a trip about Arizona, though. I always thought the wages were low out there. So right now, check this out. This is crazy. So, sheet metal workers 104, because I still got friends in the union. So if you're out there hanging ductwork all day on a commercial job, I think it's 83 bones an hour take home on the check right now. Bay Area, $83 an hour. You're still not rich because your rent, if you're going to rent a bedroom, it's $2,000. But I don't know what, I think the guys doing commercial out here minimums, if they're decent techs, they got to be making in the 40s to 50s bucks an hour. And I don't know what Arizona's paying or Nevada. We don't pay for any AC reefer stuff. This is Jordan Mays here in British Columbia. But we need to do a yearly gas contractor license. Oh, so you don't even need a license if you're doing AC and reefer stuff. Interesting. So how do they get you guys, Jordan? How do they get you guys on your business? I'm sure you have to have business insurance though, right? Or is it just a business license and they assume you have business insurance? That's interesting. British Columbia is real pretty. You can surf up there, Vancouver Island and stuff. It's really really nice. Here's Shannon Knight. If I made 83 an hour, I could retire in a year. Yeah, that's what the union pays in the Bay Area. Um, my day job's not at 83, not yet. I might get within $10 of that in like 2 years. Oh, Pro Thermal Refrigeration is in the house. Jason Johnson, $50 a year. 50 bucks an hour. Is it $50 an hour in Pennsylvania? It's good for the whole state. Or is that 50 grand a year? Jason, clarify that for me. I'm confused. You guys got to hang in there. I'm not the best reader. Did I ever tell you guys the story of why I can't spell? So there was this girl in high school that sat catty corner from me in the English class, and we always hit it off good, hacking it up. I was like my high school's class clown, so we're hacking it up, and we always got along good. And when we got time for the spelling test, she would always put it out there so I could cheat. And I cheated on every spelling test and everything your teachers told you in school, like, hey, if you cheat on these tests, you're not going to know how to spell when you're older. Yeah, well, guess what? I can't spell. That's me right there. I'm thinking of getting mine just to have it, Cal Thompson. So yeah, that's how I got mine, Cal. I was real diligent about not being a shop hopper, right? You got guys in the trades that are shop hoppers. Don't be a shop hopper. You'll be way ahead of the game if you just stick to where you're at. However, I got my contractor's license because I got my license in '03. And in '03, it was boom. It was boom time, right? It didn't crash and burn until '08. So I got my license in '03. I saw what was going on. I was like, man, I just need something to fall back on, just in case. Shit was booming and moving. Got my license. And I actually got it and I put it unactive. I got it to have it, and you can pay to make it active, or you can pay less and make it unactive. So I paid to make it unactive. I got it in the back pocket, ready to go if the shit hits the fan. And, um, oh, Jason Johnson's only $50 a year for his license. That's sweet. And I got my license to fall back on, and it was always good to have that just in case. You can always take care of yourself, right? But I had a ton of friends that did a shit ton of side work to this day, never got a license, and still crush it, and they're off the radar, and they're off the tax man and the whole deal. So there's that side of the coin too. Jordan Mays, if you own a company, got to apply for commercial insurance. Okay. When you go to school here for reefer tech, you get a reefer ticket and a Class B gas ticket when you're done. Okay, I see how you guys do it. That makes sense. Oh, Jason Johnson is just a technical license, not a contractor's license. All right. I kind of like that too because you're basically just, if you're just doing service, you're not really contracting. Look what we're doing. Oh, Roger Gregory. This is all your fault. There it is. It's all Roger's fault. Oh, yeah. Roger Gregory. Oh, did you hear that? Let's do it. Oh, baby. Oh, Shannon, what are you drinking? What's the beer in Tennessee? I know when I go out to see Eric in Texas, they have that Shiner Bock. I love that Shiner Bock. Yeah, Stephen Ritchie, R-22 Cervezas. Look at that thing. Let's read it again. Let's go over it one more time. Big Top Brewing, Sarasota, Florida, R-22, Cold, India, Pale Ale, 5.4. IPA opens with a bright tropical hop aroma. That's true. Zesty notes of stone fruit, papaya, and mango, combined with a crisp, light body and clean finish. Our favorite hoppy hybrid offers the enjoyable flavors of an IPA and the light, clean, and crisp drinking ability of a lager. And that's very true. It's not very heavy. It's not a heavy beer at all. It's like having a Coors. You guys ever do Coors banquets? The yellow bellies? Hearing a lot of brewery and distilleries. Jason Johnson. My cousin moved out to Austin, and my road dog lives out there. I love that Shinerbach you guys have. That's good beer. I'm showing up late to the party. I better crack one open. JP Mouse. Yeah, JP, get one. Stephen Ritchie, next R-32 flammable. Dude, they could do the R-32 bong, dude. That'll be next. Um, I gotta tell you guys, so I work with my coworker this week, and he used to do residential. And he told me this funny ass story. And I'm sure you guys could chime in with some stories, but I'll tell you the 454 bong. Yeah. Hand grenades banquet. So you guys could chime in with some stories too. So my buddy used to do residential in the Bay Area. And he's telling me this story. He goes, man, he goes, I went to this one call and I fixed the air conditioner. And he goes, the wife's in there and she's like 8 months pregnant. He's all, oh yeah, her name was Stephanie. Yeah, Stephanie. And she goes, hey, Chris, do you party? And he's like, well, yeah, sometimes I'll party. She goes, hey, you want to do some meth? And he was like, no, I'm good. And she was like 8 months preggers, dude. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, dude, that is the all-time story. All-time story. Oh man. Dave Pascal is in the house. Oh, Dave, we're doing the R-22 night. Roger Gregory sent out a 6-pack, but I accidentally killed 2 of them. We were down to a 4-pack. The Big Top Brewing, Sarasota, Florida. You guys got to try this. It's actually, we haven't talked about it enough. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good tasting little beer right there. Yeah. Tonight's show sponsored by Roger Gregory, who is now working for Mr. Cook. I love Mr. Cook's videos. I need to guest star with those guys. If I'd go out there and I'd guest star on that channel, I'd be a hit. I'd be like, get rid of the hat. I'd be out there and be like, yeah, man. I'd do some H.V.A.C calls out there with you guys, no problem, man. Hell yeah. Beer can cold, baby, breaking records. Be out there breaking some records on them. Let me install that air conditioner. Yeah, let me get in there. Give me that Zoom lock. Hell, I don't need no Zoom lock, man. I'll just flare nut that thing together, man, and I'll be at the bar by like 1 o'clock, man. Hell yeah. Oh, Cal Thompson's gonna braise aluminum for the first time. Just use your plumber's torch. You don't need a hot flame. Yeah, man, you don't need no hot flame with that, man. Let me tell you. Yeah, you just get that plumber's torch going. Yes, sir. Oh yeah. Where's Hack at? We need to find Hack. That's what I'm talking. I used that crayon thing. Worked for a month. I need to get back on Team Hack and Mow. I got some real funny ideas going for those guys. It's been a while. It's been a while since we hack and mowed it. Yep. Ted needs work boots. Penny loafers aren't working. He makes great videos, though. He's got a great channel. Bought some Stray Bright 8 a long time ago. Used it the other day in a super tight spot. And then it was so easy. Yep. Hey, there's a place for the Zoom lock. You're in a server room and it's got a halon system. You don't want to set off the halon system. You probably get fired. That thing goes off. So there's a place for it. I think the mini splits is a great place for the zoom locks. I'm sure they're going to be zoom locking the crap out of mini VRV systems. I don't know if it's going to last or not. Oh, look who's in the house. It's Fred Crook, heating and air. Hey, Fred. Hey, Fred, what's up? Oh, I love me some Fred Crook heating and air. That's my kind of business. I need to. Hey, can I put in an application? All right, man, maybe like $12 an hour. I'm coming over. Oh, Stephen Ritchie wants to know if I've used smart lock. I've not used smart lock. The only thing I've used is my torch. I'm just old school. It's how I was trained. So I don't mind doing my torch. And we're tradesmen, man. Just if you braze it, it's gonna last. I'm still curious to see how long this zoom lock stuff's gonna last. It has an O-ring in there. At some point in time, they're probably banking on it lasting 10 years, thinking the equipment's gonna need to be replaced. But man, I gotta wait and see. R-22 over 500 psi on heating. Not great for zoom lock. Well, there's the answer. Pro thermal, my guy. Yeah, just braze it. Factory or plants that require a hot permit to use the torch. Yep, that's another great place for the zoom locks. Hey, but like Pro Thermal saying, if you get R-32, 500 psi on heating, and you got the expansion and the contraction of that O-ring, over time it's going to leak. How could it not? Come on, it can't last forever. If you braze it, it potentially could last forever. All right, here we go. Max Santana, question about contractor's license. Is it true that I will need a signature from my employer to prove that I have experience to get it? I think one could be the employer. I think you need 3 signatures to prove that you have the time in the trade if you're in California. It could be a coworker. It could possibly be the guy at the parts house. It could be your employer if he's nice enough to sign. Some employers get really pissed off if you're getting your contractor's license because they see it like you're going to be competing against them. So you do need. I think it's 3 signatures on there to just prove that you got the 5 years in the trade when you go to get your contractor's license. At least in California, that's how it was when I did it. I'm not sure how it is right now. I did mine over 22 years ago. Man, time flies. I remember taking the test. It was in Oakland. I had to take the test in Oakland, California. And I was nervous as hell because I am not a good test taker. But as I read the questions, I knew the answers. I was like, shit, I actually kind of know this. All right, cool. Oh, Max is out in Tracy, the 209. I drive right through there when I go snowboarding. So I always go over the Altamont through Tracy, and then I always go up to Dodge Ridge right there out of Sonora in wintertime to go snowboarding. And they built that big casino up there, the Chicken Ranch Casino. I highly recommend that. In Dodge, a lot of people go up to Tahoe to go snowboarding. It's just crowded and expensive. You could go to Dodge. I get to Dodge Ridge from Santa Cruz in 3.5 hours. I leave at 5 in the morning. I'm there at 8:30. I park at Lift 5. You could ride down the hill to get a lift ticket, but if you already have your pass, you're already on chair 5. Psst, right on up the mountain. And then you could set up your easy up by the truck, and then lunchtime you can barbecue and crush beers. It's all good. Oh yeah, there it is. Pro Thermal. 4 years of experience in California. So it's 4 years. Okay. I said 5, it's 4. All right, cool. Stephen Ritchie says it's the same in Arizona. That's good. Stephen Bullock, what's up? So here we go. We got July 26th. Better Days Chopper Show at Tres Pinos at Batto Park. I'll be out there for that. If I pissed you off and you need to come punch me in the face or something, I'll be here. July 26th, Tres Pinos, Better Days Chopper Show. Come check out some old motorcycles. Jose Twin Brothers almost burned his beard off yesterday. Dude, I've lost my eyebrows so many times from delayed ignition. I'm not even ashamed to say it. But hey, if shit ain't happening to you, then you're not fixing stuff, right? All right, Jordan Mays. I was talking to the Ream rep the other day. He's telling me that companies are pre-charging for 30 feet now on residential units as there's a shortage of 454. Yep, big shortage. I read the article about 454 last week, but I could read it again. Let's see here. Oh, it's Honeywell. So Honeywell's adding a 42% tariff surcharge to 454B refrigerant. If you guys weren't here last week, here I'm going to put this up here real quick and we'll read it real quick. It's on the other side of the page there. But we'll go over it. I'll just hit the high points real quick. So Honeywell has announced a surcharge of 42% on orders for its lower global warming potential refrigerant, R454B, due to what it claims are unprecedented demand. And that's the part that pissed me off right there. So we knew at the first of the year we had to switch over, especially in the state of California. Unprecedented demand. We're all trying to be good soldiers and do the right thing and do what's good for the environment. And then they're going, unprecedented demand. And the imposition of trade tariffs. All right, well, that's probably true. Okay, trade tariffs. R454B is widely used replacement for 410A refrigerant, which manufacturers are phasing out as they move away from refrigerants that produce a lot of hydrofluorocarbons. In a letter to the North American customers in April, Honeywell claimed that the rapidly evolving global political and economic climate were continuing to impact its Solstice and Generatron product portfolio. Due to unprecedented demand of 454B, which cannot be met with domestic production alone, we are forced to source a significant portion of the supply through international markets. So they make some of it in the US and they're going to have to import a bunch. And because they have to import it, they're going to charge us for it. So I don't know how that works out if the tariffs are 10% and they're putting a 42% tariff surcharge. So, yeah, Honeywell's going to make a bunch of bank. They're going to make a bunch of money. I didn't realize it until lunch. I smelled burnt hair smell. Say twin brothers. Dude, how much of your beard did you lose? Are you going to be down to a goatee? Yeah, Jason Johnson's all money grab. Not even trying to be sneaky about it. Nope. Dude, it's so expensive. I honestly remember doing service calls where the customer's bill was like $1.50, $1.75. You can't leave the place now without a 500 bucker. It's like every tag's like 550, 575 or higher. I can't remember the last time a bill's under 500 bucks. Seriously. Unless it was like something super simple and you got in there real quick and it was just like, oh, the thermostat's bad, and you did a quick switch out and everything worked, and you're down the road and it's like, yeah, maybe 350. I can get the tanks because of the left-handed tanks. Can't get the tanks because of the left-handed tanks. I think they're all left-handed. You have to buy the adapter. No, it's just a handful. the beard is thick enough. It didn't even notice. Oh, awesome. Pro thermal. Lucky me, I'm left-handed. I think we already bought a bunch of adapters, but we ordered a bunch of gas at work, but it hasn't came because there's no gas. Oh, Shine's in the house. Better late than never, Shine. Let's give Shine a little love. Shine's in the house. Yeah. Shine, are you a Phillies fan? How are your Phillies doing? My Giants are surprisingly hanging tough. Can't believe it, but they're hanging in there. I haven't really checked the standings on the East Coast. Usually the Phillies always have a good baseball team. It's amazing. Second place, there you go. It really is amazing. It's like you can almost count on the Cardinals and the Phillies always having a good season. It's pretty pretty amazing. Pretty darn amazing. How's that guy? Hey, Shine, how's that guy we got from the Eagles, the pass rusher? Huff. We got Bryce Huff from the Eagles to go bookends with Nick Bosa. Fuck, I'm going to the Super Bowl this year. I'm going back to the Super Bowl. I got Bryce Huff. Is that guy any good, Shine? In my dreams, I'm going back to the Super Bowl. Bryce Huff's he got traded to the Niners. We picked him up. We got that guy. I think we gave you guys a third round conditional draft pick for next year, which you guys will probably get another stud offensive lineman and win another Super Bowl. What did I call? I called Kyle Shanahan the Mona Lisa of chokers. Oh, that one last Super Bowl was a gut wrencher. Oh yeah, check this out. Before the show today, I got sucked in on this YouTube. There's this guy. His name's Timothy Alberino, and he went to this little village in Peru where they were getting attacked by these face peelers, and the locals thought they were like aliens, and they'd come in on these discs like hoverboards, and they could jump over the houses. And then they'd get the people and try and cut their faces off with lasers. No bullshit. And the one girl, she survived, and the little village is like 200 people, and they have shotguns. And they shot at these dudes, and they could hear the pellets bouncing off their gear. Shines, how's the R-22 beers? Dude, it's not bad. It's everything they said on there. It looks like that. It's an IPA, but it flows like a lager, just like the can says. So, yeah, Roger's hooking me up with the R-22s. 49ers will get to the Super Bowl when Cali gas prices go down. Yeah, we're getting a 61 cent gas tax on July 1st. And then all the refineries are closing down. So there's one professor out of USC said this week, we're going to have $9 gasoline by next year. You guys will all be paying $2.50. We'll be paying $9. NorCal's going to have to go to like $200 an hour, and I'll probably be out of business, which is cool because then I'll just have my job at the day job and slow it down, and then I'll raffle off the Vangina on the channel and see if someone can win my van and all the tools, and I'll throw the towel in, and then I'll just do live streams and talk shit and party. What if I just go off the rails? What if gas gets to $9 and the phone doesn't ring? I raffle off the van and I just go downhill and I turn into like Hack and Mow for reals. Oh man, dude, can you imagine how much? So if we get to $9 a gallon, could you imagine what eggs are going to cost? Hey, dude, a beer, $9 a gallon. A beer is going to cost like $6. Yeah, these guys are, no common sense. I don't care about politics. I just need common sense, man. Can we just get people with common freaking sense? I don't care where you're at politically. I just need common sense. Oh, and the Better Days Chopper Show, Batto Park. That's out by Hollister, July 26th. This will be a good show right here. This will be a good day. Batto Park. That should be pretty fun. Look at Jason Johnson paid $2.59 today. I think here it's about $5 right now. Close to $5. $5. So that's I was thinking about this the other day too. The best H.V.A.C. song I ever did. Where did it? Oh, there it is, right there. This one was the best. This is the best H.V.A.C. song I ever did. You guys come across this every week at work. The face peelers. I can't believe that.
Well, you get that call
Late Friday night, and you're headed on out the door.
You got a long drive, so your mind is thinking, oh man, oh no. You gauge up
Oh
on
yeah,
the system and
JP,
you got
I
low
killed the
suction
bass
and
on
you
this
don't know
one.
what to do. Then you go inside the box and you take a look, and it's
You know who?
that
Iced up coilotitis.
iced up coilotitis. Iced up
Oh, that was a good guitar lick right there.
coilotitis. You got iced up coilotitis. Was the door left open? Was the evap sensor back?
Shine
You don't
loves
know
it.
what to do? You got low suction pressure. Was the filter dirty? Also too.
Oh.
Coil plug. You don't know what the heck went on? Get your garden hose. Get it going with the hot water turned on.
You've got iced up coilotitis.
Iced up coilotitis. Iced
Oh, I had the guitar doing the vocal lick right there.
coilotitis. Iced up coilotitis.
With the wah-wah. Look at Alfonso Sanchez. I've been watching all your videos. Awesome stuff. What's your day job? I do HVAC at the university. Oh, Nestor's he's all pluggo buggo. Yeah, I'm an HVAC mechanic all day long, but it's more than HVAC. We work on so much stuff. It's incredible. I wish I could film up there, but I can't. No videos from the day job over. I would have the best channel if I could film at work. Oh, it'd be so good. You can see all the stupid water leaks I fix. We have to take care of all the heating water pipes. I'm almost like Steve Lavs. I'm like a plumber all day. Mama, I just need a puppy in my truck. Oh, my favorite song is Super Tech. Roger Gregory. We're getting requests, ladies and gentlemen. The HVAC police one was funny too. Shine, I've done 3 Atossa evaporator fan replacement warranty jobs in 2 weeks. Oh yeah. The Atossas.
He's a super tech. Gets his jobs done before. He's a super tech.
Yeah, super body in the bag. Nick Susko. I need more ice merchandiser videos. Well, we'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Never calls tech support.
He's got the biggest set of gauges hanging in his van. I do.
Never has to use them
Look at
calibrated
Navac.
hands.
Navac hooked me up.
Dispatch sends him on a no heat call. He got to diagnose before he gets to the dome.
Look how
'cause he's
pretty
a
these things
super
are for the
tech.
refrigeration guy.
Yeah, super tech. Yeah, he's a super tech.
That was Andrew at Navac sent these out.
Jobs done before. Yeah,
That was
he's a
so
super
nice.
tech. Never calls.
We can put that in the background. But yeah, Andrew sent these out. I thought I was in the doghouse. I got back in the good graces, I guess. I haven't gotten real tools forever. Look at Rusty's all just say no to Atossa. Yeah, AK HVAC. These things, especially for us older dudes, man, and I haven't done them in the sunlight yet. I know everyone's telling me the screen sucks in the sunlight, but a lot of us refrigeration guys are indoors. Great hookup on indoors so far. I can't comment on outside yet. I'll let you know how terrible it is when I get these things outside, but indoors, easy on the eyes. It's so nice. There's no temperature probes. There's no Bluetooth. There's nothing. This is just a gauge like you're using an analog gauge with this display. And it's got 72 refrigerants. And it will give you your bubble point, your dew point, and rechargeable battery and all that fun stuff. And the needle works like the analog, like a lot of us like to see it pumped down. And so far I'm stoked on them. For what I do, just like refrigeration guy, a lot of our stuff's indoors, and you want a digital manifold with no bells and whistles. So far, so good. We'll see how it goes. We will see. And then is Felipe still in here? So I passed off Because Felipe sent me those two Elitech manifolds for free. I passed those along for free. So I'm keeping the you know, the free thing going along, and I did it through the membership. And Chris got a set and Brian got the other set. Are you digging those gauges, Chris? I think the ones I sent Chris you can actually buy probes for. The temperature clamps. Does that have 513A? Let's take a look. Let's see if it does have 513. It does. It does have 513A. It does have. It has 72 refrigerants and 513A is on the list. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Paying it forward. Yeah. And if I ever hang it up, we're gonna raffle off the Vangina with all the tools, and then I'll go begging to all the tool companies to load that thing up. And then maybe if it's a successful raffle, maybe we could buy a scholarship for someone to go to trade school. I've always thought that'd be a good way to go out if I quit the NorCal business and just keep the day job. HVAC Daddy 89. Nice. I need to get those. Think I got a link somewhere on one of my videos. And then old NorCal gets a $1.50. Will they survive my clumsy ass down the roof hatch? Well, that is a great question that we don't know yet, because my dumb ass is going to drop them at least a couple times. Be rad if one of you guys is super tricked out with the tech shit, if you made a screensaver for these that could somehow defer the sunlight but also give it protection from scratches, you could have a great little aftermarket business. So say you got a screen protector on here that when the sunlight hits it, it doesn't diminish the view, but also as a screen protector. I think that'd be a great aftermarket. Or if someone 3D printed a visor, like a little clip-on visor for the sun, I think there'd be a little aftermarket. Everything's got aftermarket. Harley Davidson. Everything that you put on your Harley that's cool is aftermarket. Harley doesn't build it. Aftermarket guys do. And if you guys got really entrepreneur in your minds, there's probably a lot of gear someone could build aftermarket for our industry that could sell. I don't know if you get rich, but you might be able to sell some product and even make it as a side hustle. I think there's potential. Oh, look, John Fitzpatrick's in the house from Sydney, Australia. What is in a filter dryer and how does it remove water? Condensant. How do you say it? Condensant. It absorbs it to a point if you have a dry system. And you can get, John, you can get the HH dryers for your burnouts. So Sporlan makes the HH dryers. And the shop actually I worked for in town, when I worked for the shop in town, that's the only dryers Fred stocked on our work trucks were the Sporlan HH. The high capacity is the ones they'd use after burnouts. He wouldn't even use the regular dryers. Every job we put in was an HH dryer. R-22 IPA. Oh, how much filter dryer went into this R-22? Look, Shine, look at that. 2010 World Series champions. With my guy over my shoulder, Tim Limsican. There's Timmy. I went to the Giants game Wednesday night. They had lost 2 in a row to San Diego. I was like, I need to get out to the ballpark. So the wife got killer tickets. If you saw my Instagram feed, dude, I was maybe 10 rows from home plate. And we snagged them up. They were on there Wednesday. We bought them late. Wednesday afternoon, like maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30 for a 6 o'clock, 6:30 kickoff. And they were only $50 a piece. It was really cool. They still bone you for parking. You're still going to pay $40 to park. Yeah, Dave, I'm loving these gauges. Oh, Chris, hey, Chris, I got to tell you and I'll tell all you guys, the LE Tech little LE Tech manifolds are inexpensive and they work. I never had a problem with any of that LE Tech stuff. Oh, Shine had a killer rotation and lost. I got a great bull. I think the Giants have the best bullpen in baseball. And we got the new kid now, Rodriguez. He came in Wednesday night. I told my son, the son and his girlfriend went with us. And when Rodriguez came out, I go, hey, this guy is a ripper. And he just ripped it and sealed the deal. Really, really good pitcher. And he probably needs some air conditioning at his house, too, so we can keep it HVAC. Oswaldo, Lucio, Senzi, what's up? Oswaldo's always comments on the videos. He's great. Where are you at, brother? Are you in Greece? Always wondered where Oswaldo was from. He's always in there commenting on the videos. Good fan. Mikhail, let's see. My LATEX transducer started leaking. They sent me a new one under a year warranty. Oh, that's a bummer. Those leaked. I had good luck with mine. And you guys know on the small units, I'll still pull a vacuum through the gauges. I don't give a rip. I'm not breaking out the big old Smurf boner on a freaking two-door on a prep table. Come on, on a prep table that holds 8 ounces of gas. I'm pulling it through the manifold, and then all the way to right here is clean. All the way to right there, that little inch is clean. And then I put this on the refrigerant tank, and I can purge this little inch out. And if I want to, I could purge all the way back to here. And then all of this is clean, weighing in my 8 ounces. And me and Felipe will crack up sometimes together. We'll text each other, and I'll be like, "Yeah, man, I'm pulling the vacuum through the manifold. I think it just keeps it clean. I don't have to mess with the stupid ass." Every one of those valve core stem removers I've gotten has been a leaker. I haven't tried the new field piece ones. They look great. I'd love to try those. Hey, field piece, hook a brother up. Refrigerator Insight, who's still working? Oh, I bet you there's guys out there still running calls right now. But every valve core removal tool I've had has been a leaker. Should I get into appliance repair as a stepping stone to commercial? Well, I'll tell you what, Mustafa Muhammad, I get so many calls for appliances, and appliances are built so crappy now. If you had an appliance repair business, you will make a killing. There is a huge need for appliance repair, especially if you did night and weekend repair. You don't mind working. People will call you on Saturday, Sunday, Friday night, Thanksgiving. Um, the fridge is down and the turkey's in there. Man, I get that call every year for residential, but I don't do residential. I see a huge business for residential appliance repair. Just monster. I had good luck with Navac core removers. Yeah, mine, you can buy the repair kits. I've had to rebuild mine already, but they do leak. They're good. They're built good. Or no, pardon me, I'm not thinking of the Navac ones. I'm thinking of the Appians. My Appian ones leaked and I've rebuilt them. Pardon me, H.V.A.C. Daddy 89. I was thinking of the Appians. Because that was like the hot one back in the day. The field piece one looks cool because you get the 5/16 and a 1/4 inch on the one tool. So you could do your mini splits, you could do your regular stuff. I just haven't tried one yet. Miss Devil's all, hey, that's funny. Has been doing it for 10 years. Should I just stick with it? Yeah, I mean, dude, it's up to you, man. If you're crazy like the rest of us and you just want to work all the time, you pick up some commercial accounts, it's just you'll be non-stop working. Then you buy vans and throw a bunch of guys in them and slay it. I mean, it's just out there waiting for everybody. All right, Chris Bevins. So far, so good on the field piece. You know what I'll probably do? I'll probably order the field piece ones for the day job and give them a try out there. HH cleaning Baxter oven. What's up, Dave? Just we're doing it, man. Tonight was the party. Roger Gregory sent over the R-22 IPAs, sponsored the show. We're giving them a run. I had a 6-pack, but I killed 2 opening them because I don't know how to work a knife. That was pretty funny. Oh, basic Upland 1776 is heading home right now. Oh, let's give him some love. Yeah, get some. Did you get the weekend off, basic? I hope you got Saturday, Sunday off, bro, to regroup. Because we're going in the summer and it's, you guys know how it goes. Pro Thermal got Appion core depressors. Lost seal after second use. Right here. Dude, I bought that stupid ass vacuum bullshit hose too, the big blue one, the Jim Bergman one. I bought that stupid ass thing. I used it a few times. God dang it, man! It was just a pain in the ass. I have 3/8 hoses, so if I get on a unit that has service valves, I do got 3/8 hoses that I could plug into my vacuum pump and pull the vacuum without a manifold. Right? Great. And then I can valve it off when I'm all done. Hook up my manifold, vacuum the manifold, and then hook up to the jug for the charge up. And I'll do that on those systems. But on my little reach-ins, I'm not breaking out the Smurf boner or some big ass hose on my little reach-in. I'm just not doing it. I'm just gonna pull it through the manifold, dude. People are out there going, "No, he's a hack." Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, come on. We're talking 8 ounces of gas and a cap tube, and the biggest line on there is probably what, 3/8? Give me a break. Oh, race recaps is all. I swear it's always the weekends. They all wait all week until Friday at 4:30. That's been my life story. So check this out, race recaps. I used to tell the wife, just take the kids on Friday night up to her mom's in Tahoe. Her mom used to live out in Tahoe, and I'd be like, she's like, "Are you going to be getting off work?" She'd even give it like a 5:30 on a Friday. I'd be like, "I ain't making it at 5:30. I'm all, just head up there, take the kids and go. And don't even wait. Just bail at 1 o'clock or whatever. Take the kids, beat traffic. I'll come up tomorrow in the other rig and hang out. Or I wouldn't even go. I would stay home and work." Oh, that's how it was. That's how we did it. And it worked out. Mechanical environments. The Appion core depressor back seats when turned all the way out. Gotta purge the body before you disconnect or they can blow out like that. Oh, okay. Tricks. See, there's tricks to everything. That's our whole trade. Jeffrey Adams, my 2 field piece pullers are the real deal. No leaks for 6 months. Straight so far way better than Appion. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm gonna get one of the field piece ones. We'll give it the testo. Jason Johnson, I like my 40 hours. Not big into a lot of overtime anymore. I did it for years on end. All it got me was slightly bigger paycheck, but tons of missed opportunities. That is a great comment, Jason. So I did the on-call thing my whole career until 13. That's when I got up to the day job. I still had my side business, which is always on call, but you can kind of work it around if you know your customers. I'm still on call for the day job, though. They get me out at night. But it's a little bit different. Pull it over, YouTube police coming for you. Hell yeah. Hello, Buggo. But yeah, the 40 hours a week is great. And you do miss a lot of opportunities in this trade, but you got to be on call. It's part of the deal. And it's supposed to be part of the reason that we make a little bit more money because of our knowledge of our trade and our availability. That should all be part of our compensation, right? That's how I always felt about it. Hey, we're on, it's like at my day job, the HVAC shop gets paid probably the highest. And some of those guys can complain and we're union or whatever. It's like, but why do you guys get paid more? Well, I don't see you guys coming out here at 2 a.m. every freaking, look at my call out log. Are you wrenching on a chiller at 2 a.m? No. You got a painter that wants to get paid the same as an HVAC guy. Come on. I could see maybe the high voltage guys have a argument because they're doing high voltage, and they almost have as much call outs as us. I could see those guys having a good gripe. And the electricity's always going out now, so yeah, those guys have a good gripe. But Yeah. Get the ACCA Tools core remover. Those grab stems so well. Field piece never seems to want to grab the stem. Whoa, okay, Dipley, good observation. If it ain't grabbing the core stem, we're boned. I got the JB hoses and core remover kit. Worked awesome for the first month or so until it tore the O-rings. Now it's on the shelf. Well, that's about what happened with the Appions. You have to rebuild them, and they make the rebuild kits. This is great. We're having the core removal discussion tonight. Maybe some of the manufacturers will tune in onto this little segment of the show. They'll be like, "Yeah, that guy's just a drunkard. What does he know about a goddamn core tool?" Yeah, well, these guys know. My comments know. I know. Thankfully, we don't get a lot of calls coming in. We charge up to wazoo. So if we do have to go, it's worth it. 4 hour minimum, you get paid for each call. Same for us, Jason. If I go on a call out, I get 4 hours minimum, even if it's just a reset button. And a lot of times on call outs, here's the trick on call outs, Jason Johnson. Get that thing isolated for the morning, and then we can go crush that thing with the crew, right? Got a bunch of coworkers, and all that matters is that shit runs and it works. So, like at the day job, you could basically isolate stuff, seal it off, make sure it's all ready to go for the morning, and then come in with a guy or two and fix it. And go home and try and get some rest. That was an approach one of the old timers at the day job told me. Like, hey, bro, you don't have to break your torch out and fix all the heating water leaks. Just isolate it, seal it. We'll come in the morning and we'll fix it. Oh yeah, let's see. I got on 2 calls in one day. Each took 2 hours or less. Got paid for 8 of OT. Yeah, we're in the same boat. We get to do the same thing. I think my one coworker, he got 3. He got 3 call outs, so he got himself 12 hours of overtime for less than an hour's work. It was really good. Pro Thermal, we're in-house. I'm an in-house guy, Pro Thermal. So there's no charging. It's all figured out when you're my day job. I'm in-house, so my call outs, the overtime's all figured out. No one's getting charged. Jason Johnson, $500 an hour. Probably do. Are you doing chillers? That sounds like chiller work. The chiller guys make a killing. When we're on call, we get half of the bill, parts not included. That's a great deal, Shine. I used to get time and a half. So all those years I was on call, the boss charged time and a half. I got time and a half. And it was port to port. So from when I left the house till I got back to the house. Look at Basic Upload. He's constantly taking the pliers to the Appions. Yep. Jason Johnson's doing chillers. Yeah, we got a great chiller guy that comes out and services our chillers at the day job. So we still have a chiller contract. I don't know what they're called now. It used to be Johnson Controls. I can't remember the name of the business, but they're everywhere. Oh, Jason works for an OEM. There it is. And I think we got 2 different. I got the carrier guy for the carrier chillers and the other guy for all the other stuff like I got the McQuay maglevs and I got the absorbers, and I'm not wrenching on an absorber. I got the guy that comes out. I could just do the basics, and that's how it is at the day job, man. It's incredible. When you guys get sick and tired of grinding, I should write a book on it. How to get your day job, your stationary job. Where are the bosses you used to work for now? You ever stay in contact with them? I do not. Well, I am friends with my boss from the mechanical shop. We're still good friends. He's a young dude and he's a go-getter. And he's a badass mechanic. That dude is incredible. Really, really good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Best leak detector song ever. You ever dabble in ultra lows or cascade systems? Race ramps, I used to. when I worked for the day job, I used to do ultra lows and freeze dryers, ultra lows, all that fun stuff.
Yellow jacket. I've tried the rest. They always let me down. You know
what I get. Back to the H10.
Never lets me down. Oh, back to the H10. Back to the H10. Never lets me down.
Mustafa's 29. You think the trades will be like the way they were 25 years from now? I think you're going to be able to name your price, Mustafa. There's no one getting into the trades. And I think as time goes on, I think you'll be able to make a killing. I'm not even joking. Nobody wants to do what we do. So I think you could finish out your career doing the trades, man. Just be honest and do a good job. Build up a good reputation. Shoot, you'll be able to charge whatever you want. Seriously. If you guys want to watch a great podcast, here, let's talk about this real quick. Great podcast. Do you guys remember Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs? Mike Rowe has a podcast on YouTube, so that's where everybody ends up on YouTube. There's a couple guys I used to listen to every morning in my work truck on the sports channel, and they're on YouTube now because, everybody gets fired from their day job in that industry. And they're on YouTube now, and oh man, they got a great show. But Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs is on YouTube now, so just search Mike Rowe podcast, and he's in there talking about how short we are on tradespeople all the time. Shine, I love Mike Rowe. Me too, man. Great guy, great show, common sense. Just he's doing it. He hasn't drank R-22 yet. We need to get him on some R-22s. I think he does. I think he's pushing like a bourbon line or something on there. And I'd love to go on that show and have a R-22 with Mike Rowe. How cool would that be? Maybe he could do a show on somebody that still works 2 jobs. Are you dumb enough to work 2 jobs? Yes, that's me, Bricker19. And but he's still on there talking about the shortage we have for tradespeople. And he's an advocate for bringing back all the trades in high school for the shops. I had shop class. I'll give you guys my rundown for senior year of high school. Had to take government class. That was mandatory. Had to take English. That was mandatory. And I went to metal shop for the rest of the day. And that was my high school senior year. And I was in metal shop welding all day. Mr. Parasot. Mr. Parasot was my metal shop teacher. Great dude. And we built all kinds of shit. We built a horse trailer. We built a bunch of tanks that would go out in the fields that would hold the diesel fuel. And it's so great. Shine, my buddy worked with Mike Rove at the QVC way back in the day. Yeah, he got his start on the channel. The shopping channel, that's right. I got my GET at 17 that went to work. Jason Johnson. Yep, I graduated high school and got lucky enough to get in the trades the next year. I think I worked in this fruit packing place for 1 year. Drove forklift and fucked around. And then 1987, I got in the trade. It was so great. And I've been doing it ever since. Never missed a paycheck. Mike Rowe has slowly built a great following, Keith. And yeah, his podcast is incredible. But the fact that, and I think he has an organization about trying to get people into trade schools and stuff. And so Mustafa, pardon me. You're going to be just fine, dude. You're going to slay it. Oh, here we go. Damien, bang, bang, Niner gang. There it is. Steve Rivera, NorCal Dave. The whole time I've been watching your channel, I thought Roger Gregory was Roger's Refrigeration. Nope, Roger Gregory's in South Carolina. And he is the sponsor of tonight's show. And he's working with Mr. Cook. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. And, it's time to open up another one, ladies and gentlemen. told Roger we would crush beers tonight, so I gotta stay true to it because he sponsored the show. All right, how do we get some of those R-22 cans? Race recaps. These are Big Top Brewing from Sarasota, Florida. You might be able to find them at the what's that drink store that has all the drinks in it? Bevmo. You might find them at Bevmo. But I could ask Roger. Maybe Roger will chime in and tell you. Where can we get the R-22 cans, Roger? Cactus Jack, bang bang. These things. I'm gonna read the can one more time because what they printed on the can is pretty true. Have I turned in the Slur Master yet? You guys know I'm a lightweight. No way, NorCal Dave is a lightweight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. R-22 Cold IPA opens with a bright tropical hops and aroma. Zesty notes of stone fruit IPA, papaya, mango combined with a crisp light body and clean finish. Our favorite hoppy hybrid offers the enjoyable flavors of an IPA and the light, clean, and crisp drinkability of a lager. R-22. Yeah. Mike Rowe can sing too. That's right, he was a singer. Guy's got a great voice. Man, do you guys remember back in the day, the Discovery Channel? Dude, did you ever change the channel back in the day when you got off work or whatever? So the only thing that was on at my house back in those days was the Cartoon Network and Discovery Channel because my kids were little. It was like SpongeBob and then Mike Rowe and then the crab fisherman dudes or whatever they were. And then the chopper guys yelling at each other. Shine and environmentally friendly. Yeah, the chopper dudes all barking at each other. Oh, what a good time. And Billy Lane had his show. And who's my guy on there? The dude from Long Beach, Jesse James. Yeah, Deadliest Catch, NorCal Tip of the Day. That'd be a great TV show, NorCal's Tip of the Day. It's NorCal's Tip of the Day. On today's episode of NorCal's Tip of the Day, don't eat yellow snow. Stay away from the yellow snow. Breaker 19. Biker Build-Off and West Coast Choppers. Yeah, Steve Rivera, that was it. Monster Garage, that was another good one. Dude, that was the real days of television. Man, we have gotten soft. They need to bring all that crap back. They should bring all that shit back, and dudes like us would just eat it alive. Well, you know what? I bet you half of that shit's on YouTube. So all these channels got rid of these dudes, and they're all on YouTube. Yeah, those were great shows. And I bet you half of you could probably find half of those guys on YouTube or Instagram. They're probably doing something somewhere, staying relevant. I know I've seen Paul Sr. There's a guy that's like Bikes and Beards, or I think he's like a bike dealer guy, and he's done some shows on YouTube with Paul Sr. That was like, and it was like going back in time. Billy Lane's got a YouTube channel again now. Dave, were you a Sons of Anarchy guy? I watched that series. I used to crack up because it was Peggy Bundy was a biker mama. And then, the one character, dude, come on. You guys know I loved Venus Van Dam. Come on, Walton Goggins as Venus Van Dam. And now he's Baby Billy on Righteous Gemstones. Come on now. I need an 8-ball and $2 million. I love Baby Billy. That guy, who's the guy? Danny McBride, that Righteous Gemstones. Holy shit. Yeah, Tig. Tig was all in love with Venus Van Dam. She had a great set of cans. Or how would you say that politically correct? He had a great set of cans? Or would she had a great set of cans? See, I'd get myself in trouble at work right there. How will AI affect the trades, in my opinion? We're going to need a shit ton of electricity, so the electricians are going to clean house. Huge problem with the lack of electricity. And I told my son this. My son just graduated college as an electrical engineer, and he got into a 1-year master's program for electrical engineering. And I told him and all his buddies at the graduation, they had all these little cocktail parties for the graduates. And I told all those kids, keep studying, get your masters, whatever you guys are doing, but they're going to need electricity to run all this. Yep, the data centers. And it's a big deal. It's such a big deal. This is hilarious. So I'm 57 years old. When I grew up, the biggest freak out and scare in the whole world was 3 Mile Island. 3 Mile Island, freak out. Never go, no nukes, no nukes. And all the hippies were all, no nukes, no nukes. I was one of them. Guess who's reopening 3 Mile Island for AI right now? That's right, your guy, Bill Gates. Bill Gates just leased 3 Mile Island. They're going to open up a big old part of it. It's going to be nuclear, and they're going to put data centers in there, and they're going to run AI off 3 Mile Island. Junkyard Wars, that was another great show. But so the electricity is going to be huge with this AI thing. They're still going to need us. So Mustafa, they're still going to need us. AI ain't fixing no broken appliance, and AI's not fixing air conditioning. They need air conditioning. And AI's not fixing VRVs, and it's not fixing refrigeration. And there's still going to be restaurants, and people are still going to go out to eat, and there's still going to be liquor to be made and everything. AI's not going to do everything. Oh, Dave K's in the house. How you doing, brother? It's going to be a bummer for office workers. It's really going to be a bummer. That is going to be a bummer for office people. Cooling is absolutely huge for data centers. Oh, yeah. Shine's all, we're safe. You better believe it, Shine. We are safe. Dave K's all, I'm beat. A long day. Well, Dave, at the end of a long day, you should top it off with a little R-22 IPA from Big Top Brewing, Sarasota, Florida. It's a cold IPA that opens with bright tropical hops aroma, zesty notes of stone fruit, papaya, and mango, combined with the crisp light body and a clean finish. Our favorite hoppy hybrid offers the enjoyable flavors of an IPA and the light and clean crisp drinkability of a lager. Sponsored by Roger Gregory. We had a sixer, but I killed two. I don't know how to use the knife. I killed two of them opening the box, so we're down to a 4-pack. Look at that. 2010 World Series champions. He's right over my shoulder. Yeah, Timmy. I even got the wrist guards on. Look at that. Oh, you want some of that? Hell yeah. I waited my whole life for that shit. That was like Shine. That was probably like you watching the Super Bowl when what was that quarterback? The backup quarterback won the Super Bowl for the Eagles, dude. That was like me watching the Giants win the Super Bowl. The Giants win the World Series. Nick Foles. I waited my whole life for the Giants to finally win a World Series after that frickin' rally monkey broke my heart for the Angels back in the day. Dude, check this out. When that fucking rally monkey ripped my guts out, I was renting a duplex. Family was young. I didn't even have the son yet. Just had the daughter. I think, did we have the daughter? Yeah, the daughter was a peewee. I had the old lady's big old pots and pans full of fireworks that I got in the hall. And fireworks are illegal in California. Had all these fucking illegal fireworks stuffed in the freaking pans, dude. I was blowing up the neighborhood. I was that guy. I had that shit lined up ready to go. Yeah, that fucking rally monkey killed me. I didn't even light him off. Dude, I put that shit back in the house and I was so pissed. And I had the buzz on, dude. So then you got the buzz. It's cool if your shit wins. If your team loses, the buzz just goes south, dude. You just get sour. Oh my God. I tanked, dude. Oh. Freaking beat by the Angels? The freaking Anaheim Angels. Oh, so when 2010 happened, yeah, man, I took the kids out of school. We did the parade and the whole deal. It was incredible. I waited my whole life for that. Yeah, straight to Hangover. No kidding. Oh man, Dave K, you're killing me. Oh man, that was great. That sucked. Oh, stupid rally. I still hate that rally monkey. Screw the Angels. Screw the Dodgers. Oh yeah, but Foles. How about Foles beating the Tom Brady? Oh man. That was a Super Bowl I actually pulled for the Eagles. Oh man. That was pretty cool. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I actually pulled for the Eagles to beat Mahomes. Yeah, screw the Chiefs too. Yep. Oh, the Chiefs own the Niners, whether it's regular season, Super Bowls, man. The Chiefs own the Niners, man. It's just like they're like Jed, give me the checkbook, man. We own you. Until they can prove they can beat those guys, they haven't beat them. Not a chance. So what's everyone doing this weekend? What are you guys getting into this weekend? Anything good? Chiefs own the refs. The refs own the Niners. True. We just need to make sure the Dodgers don't win the World Series this year, and I'll be okay. 2016 to 2017, I found your channel. You were raging the shit out of me that Super Bowl. I was an apprentice on your channel. I was ragging the shit out of Dave K. Oh man, didn't the Niners suck back then? I don't even did. That was when wasn't that when like Jimmy G wasn't? I don't know if Jimmy G was there or if Jimmy frickin' I don't know if he even won his 5 games that year. We were in the dumps. God, those were the dark years. Beer line cleaning Saturday, Sunday morning. Yeah, Shine, make that money. Oh, Dave K's got to go to the hall tomorrow to vote. You guys ain't going on strike, are you? Yep, Jimmy G. I was a Jimmy G fan. I ain't gonna lie. We were in the dump so bad. When that guy came in and racked off those 5 games, I thought it was great. And then he took us to the Super Bowl. I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, at least we dumped Trey Lance. Oh yeah, he was that guy. That was the worst. How did they trade 3 number 1s? Or they used 3 number 1s on that guy. They traded 2 of them away and they used one. That was 3 number 1s on that guy. Shit, they might have had an O line to beat Mahomes. I honestly don't see how you're gonna beat the Eagles this year. I hate to say it. Shine and Dave K shouldn't hear me say that, but dude, that O line, that's the best O line and the best running back in football. How are you gonna beat that? That's how you win. You don't need to throw. They don't need the quarterback to be a superstar. Run the freaking football, man. They're gonna be killer. No vote. Our new or old people for the board and all that. Okay. You guys got to do your board and all your good stuff. I'm all hooked up till 2027. 5% a year till 2027. I got 2 more raises. So by 2027, I'll get a 10% raise, which in this climate, we did really good. I think. I think we did pretty good. Yeah. Good old, good old 49ers. They just had their OTAs. What did they have? Their OTA stuff. And oh, Pascal's in the house. Doing service AC mini split PMs. All right. That I always forget. So it's like I live on that coastal climate in California, and it doesn't get super hot here. So it's not a ton of air conditioning for residential. We have commercial air conditioning, but residential not so much. What about Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers? Yeah, good luck, Steelers. Good luck, Steelers. But he's got to be better than there it is. Oh, the drummer's just getting warmed up. He's got to be better than Fields, right? Poor Fields, man. Fields is good at running, but man, I just don't see him developing to be very good. And I wanted Fields to the Niners over Trey Lance too. How's that? Just goes to show you just don't know what's going to happen. How was the trades before you were married? Different when you did? Just curious. No, the trades, before I got married, I was just a pickler, man. So I'd be on call. I'd be down at the bar chasing tail. on call like a dumbass, and you just can't do that stuff. If you're gonna be serious about your trade and you're a young dude, you can make a lot of money, but you can't be out partying when you're on call. It was just as busy, man. It's the one thing with the trades, Mustafa, it's been a constant, and it's like living in a time machine. I call it the time warp. I could go back to 1987. The only thing that was different, we didn't have cell phones. So they would either call you at home and you'd go out to your call. We got the pagers when the pagers came alive. I think we had the pagers in 87, 88. You're on call, the pager went to you. Prank. And I'd always keep it right here in my pocket because I wore the button up work shirts, right? They had the pockets, the two pockets. You put the notepad in there and the pager in the other one and my pencil. So everything was written out. And you got the pager, and we'd have a roll of dimes for the payphones. And that's how it was back then. And so if you wanted to go out with your friends on a Friday night or a Saturday night, or you met a girl or whatever, and you're going to go out on a date, you got the pager. Shit, the thing would go off. You got to go make a phone call, and then you got to split. And then there went that opportunity. Oh, fuck, this guy's never around. That guy's working too much. I don't want to hang out with him. I had that happen a few times. That was hilarious. They didn't realize there was a bunch of money attached to that call, but that's better for me. And like I said, 10 years in at 29 right now, can't even imagine working without Google Maps. Oh, I forgot all about. Yeah, we had the book of maps, but it was as good as Google. It just wasn't on your phone. You had to look it up and then get your grid. You'd figure out where you were going. The Thomas guides, yep. The Thomas guides were great. Yeah, the bummer was Dave Pascal. The bummer was finding the payphones, man. Your roll of dimes. I remember this like yesterday. Got the call at the house. Cool. I'm heading to the call. Driving. Pager goes off. And mind you, dude, the work trucks back in those days didn't have air conditioning. There's no air conditioning in the work truck. It was double windows down. And they were roll windows. There was no auto windows. They were like used PG&E trucks, service body trucks, Chevy 350s. Incredible motor. You could go 500,000 miles on that motor. We're devolving. We're not evolving. Got some old beater Chevy from PG&E. That's our electric utility out here in Northern California. So they would sell off their used shit and the shop would buy them. Windows rolled, 2 windows down, wing windows for the air conditioning. I'm killing it. Pager goes off. Oh, there's a payphone. Pull over. Get my little stack of dimes. Crank. Call the answering service. Okay, so and so. Walking box is warm. And you'd have to have your pad. And I have the little notepad and thing. Write it all down on their phone number. Drop another dime. Call them. Okay, da-da-da. What's going on? Blah, blah. All right. I got to call them going on. And then I'm going to come see you. Okay, no problem. Write it all down. The address. Get back in the truck. Now you got to take a piss. You're like, oh, fuck. Now I got to take a piss. Where the hell am I going to take a piss at? And you're just like, shit. Now you're all screwed up. You're all screwed up. You got to take a whiz. The pager goes off again. Now you got to find another payphone. Now you got to take a piss. Find a fucking payphone. Put the dime in. You're fucking doing the chicken dance because you're going to pee your pants. You got to write down the next one. Now you're 3 deep. You're 3 in the hole. And you haven't even made it to the call yet because you're doing all this shit. Oh my God. That's how it was back in the day. Oh, it was so good. And you were making, dude, back in those days, I made $10 an hour. So on my overtime, I was making 15. This is 1987. $15 an hour overtime. I was killing it. I was rich. I was making more money than my parents. And I still lived at home at the time. I don't think I moved out until 88. I did it for like a year and then got my apartment. And back then, dude, I got a 2-bedroom apartment back then with everything for $350 a month. And I had a spare bedroom. And I never thought about renting it out to somebody to get my rent cheaper. Because I wasn't hurting money-wise. I was just like, I didn't have a car payment. I had a little Toyota pickup truck for my personal. And I always had my work vehicle. And that was the cool thing about being in the trades. Being in the trade, you got to take the work truck home. I didn't need a car. But insurance back then was cheap, and the Toyota sipped the gas. I had the 22R stick shift. I had a little 22R single cab long bed. Throw the surfboards in the back. Got a camper shell for it, and I drove it on the weekend, so the miles were nothing. There was no upkeep on it, and I had the work truck for work. Yeah, there's no GPS. There's nothing. It's just find a payphone and figure out where you're going to drop a whiz. And it was brutal. You guys know that one. Yeah, I used it for everything. Oh, I remember when we got the first bag phone. We got the bag phone, and if you used it for personal, it was really expensive. If you used it for personal calls, dude, they took it out of your check, and you'd go broke quick. And there was guys that were on there talking to their girlfriends. Brother Dave, I'm gonna bug out. Need a shower, and got a piss now. Stay safe. Have a great weekend, Dave K. Oh, thanks for following the channel, man. I can't do this without you guys, man. You guys are the best. Oh, man. You guys are the very, very, very best, man. I got to get some content going on here. You know, the GoPros are cool. Like Steven Reirden was on here earlier today, and I know he had problems with the old GoPros. The new ones will work, but they'll still glitch out. But I got to get some more content going. It works out okay if I put it on the headband. And I know my framing sucks a lot because I guesstimate the framing with the GoPro. So there's a lot of times where I'm wrenching and talking and you guys can't see what I'm doing. And it's because I can't get the framing right with the GoPro. It's all a guess. It's a guesstimate. And I do need to get a little better on the framing on the videos. I noticed the quality's pretty good. I figured out how to get the GoPro linear. So linear frame, and then do it with the HDR so it comes out, and then put the sharpness high so that's like crystal clear. And you can see when I use the iPhone, when I film with the iPhone, it is spectacular. The iPhone honestly is 20 times better than a GoPro. And for what I just need to figure out how I could get the iPhone on a stupid headband. And I wouldn't even use the GoPro. Because there'd be no need for it. But let's see, we've been at this for a really long time tonight. Let's bug out. Let's crack the Super Tech and call it a night. Oh, there he is. I have no idea how I come up with these songs, you guys. And you know what's even funnier? I don't even spend time recording these things. The bass line comes, I do the drums, the bass line, and fill in all the color with the guitar. The lyrics, I usually just freestyle. I spend maybe an hour. And then you can tell me I don't know how to mix a song because I need help on the mix downs. As far as like getting the drums and the guitar levels right. That's where Oh, you want to hear the Lurker song? Shit, that's an old one. The Lurker song was about motorcycles. It's way back here. We love the Lurkers. Let's find it. We haven't heard that one in a long time. That's a good request. There it is. We love the Lurkers. Now, I did We Love the Lurkers with acoustic drums. Let's have a great weekend, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, Pro Thermal. Dude, here we go. Let's do We Love the Lurkers. It was about motorcycles. You guys probably never even heard this with all the lyrics. I killed the bass. But the trick was I tuned down the D. So that's a D tune. Yo, John Joseph, what's up, brother? We're still crushing beers, the R-22s. They wanted to hear this old song. We love the Lurkers.
We love the Lurkers.
I tuned the bass down the D.
We love the Lurkers.
And I used a wah-wah pedal.
We love the Lurkers.
That's really, really old tune. Better Days Chopper Show, July 26th, Batto Park. Be there or be square.
Make it one block for the Lurkers started in. Hey, pull it over. What year is your bike? It's the coolest thing I ever seen, yo. It's out of sight.
No, that wasn't the Dr. Quack pedal. That was just a all my shit's garbage. So the guitar and the bass are like $50 shit from the used place. The acoustic guitar was given to me free. It was just this Vox wah-wah. I think I got it at Starving Musicians for like 25 bucks. So I'm like 150 bucks into all the instruments. It's everything's secondhand used baloney. So I'm not like a gear queer. I got used baloney, but John, I should tell the audience, John's taking me to see, John Joseph's going to take me to see Metallica on the 22nd. John doesn't know this. John, I've never seen Metallica live. Ever. Never seen them live. I had all the records, had the CDs, the cassette tapes. I've never seen Metallica live because I've always been on call for work. So it's going to be my first time seeing those dudes. I can't freaking wait. I cannot freaking wait. Hell, if you even know the Dr. Quack pedal, you're the man. I've seen the Dr. Quack, dude. I've seen all that shit. Actually, Ida Nielsen, Prince's old bass player, she has a new pedal out for the bass, the envelope follower. And it makes it super funky sounding. Let's see, Jason Johnson saw Metallica and Guns N' Roses back in '92. Oh man. I was on mega fucking call in '92. I think '92 I probably spent my money to go see Pearl Jam and all the grunge shit. I would go watch those bands. Although I did love one of my favorite bands from Oakland of all time was Rancid. Rancid got my money every single time. Oh, Pro Thermal. I was 1 year old in '92. Oh, I forget how old I am sometimes, Pro Thermal. I built my own since I'm not spending $350. John Joseph, that's incredible. I didn't know you were a player. I know you're all into music. I didn't know you were a player. That's awesome. We'll have to have a jam. We need to have a jam session. JP was 4 years old in '92. Yeah, I always forget how old I am, man. Shit, '92, I was prime time player. I think I was probably writing songs for the funk band in '92. Oh yeah. Roger enjoyed it. Roger was our sponsor tonight. Tonight's show is sponsored by Roger Gregory. Roger, are you guys still? So are you in Cook's Place? Are you guys in Greensville, South Carolina? I got one more little soldier. I first saw Metallica kill them all. Holy shit. John goes way back. Yeah, I had the ice in the cooler. Look, I'm still hillbilly. There it is. I'm going to be 4 in. I'm going to be ripped, Roger. It's all your fault, Roger. Roger, when you come out to San Francisco, dude, we'll party like Vikings. We'll have a good time. 90s was a great decade. The 80s wasn't bad, man. The 80s had some really, really cool music shit. Shine was 22 in '92. That's what we're talking about, Shine. Fuck, how old was I in 92? I was 25. So we're really close, Shine. I was 25 years old in '92. Prime time H.V.A.C. I was killing it. You know what's funny though, dude? I think in '92 I was probably making like $350 a week. Take home. I think it was only like take home $350, and then your overtime. Summertime, you get all your overtime, and you just have to bank it for winter. And then we'd spend it all at the bar in Niner games. Oh, John Joseph's got Metallica's demo tape, first jam with Mustaine singing. Oh, hey, John, I just sent Tony this clip of Dave Mustaine, and he talks about, he's always talking about himself, how great he is. And he's a fucking ripper. And he goes, I could play the music, but there was only a couple guitar players that were shredders. Randy Rhoads and the guy from Rat. Yeah, Warren DeMartini. He said Warren DeMartini, dude. Yeah, I thought that was classic. I thought Tony would get a kick out of that, and I sent it to Tony. Bro, I used to sell Rancid Dudes weed in Berkeley. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, those guys absolutely rip. Yeah, pre-Megadeth. The dude, Rancid, I love that music, dude. That's like America's version of the Clash on steroids. They're such a good band, and they're still killing it. Timmy and all those guys. My name is Tim. I'm a lesser known hero. The Vigilant Sidekick. I love that song. Oh, can you guys hear that? Oh, yeah. That Megadeth shit was heavy. That guy Gar on drums was an absolute ripper. Absolute freaking ripper. I saw Bad Religion at the Whiskey in Hollywood. Bad Religion's a great band too. They were really good band. So in the 80s, like if we go back to like 1979, 1980, I loved the Circle Jerks. That was one of my favorite bands. They had Keith Morris on vocals. He used to sing in Black Flag. And I just thought their shit was hilarious and good. I love that band. That would be my fire up music before I'd go surf. I'd listen to Circle Jerks. Oh yeah, the Vandals. There we go. Oh man, here we're on the last beer. We might as well hang out for the last beer. I mean, shit, I almost said John Joseph. Roger Gregory sent the beers out. It's the least we could do is finish those dudes on the live stream. The R-22s. These weren't bad, John. These were just like the can said. It's an IPA that flows like a lager. Big Top Brewing, Sarasota, Florida, R-22. This was the hot refrigerant back in the day, John. So R-22 was in every air conditioner. It worked. It was great. And then they took it away from us with all that EPA bullshit. And what was the one we were grooving on today? Everybody liked the bass line on this one. Where did that one go? Oh, yeah, Iced Up Coil of Titus. Here's one, Dave. First guitar for Megadeth with him was Kerry King. Yep. Megadeth's first show in San Francisco or Oakland. You'll see him, the long hair flying around the pit. Oh, that's you, John? Fucking rad, dude. I knew you were a legend. Dude, I was looking up the parking. Check this out, John. The fucking parking pass for that Metallica show is like $73. I need to meet you somewhere. I'll pay for the parking, but I need to hook up with you somewhere and then drive in. If we're smart and we could save money, but I'll pay for your parking and I'll pay for your beers. You keep an eye out for the R-22s, yeah. Yep, Greenville, South Carolina, brought to you today by Roger Gregory, today's show. I've only had 2 sponsors on the show, Roger. I've had you and my longtime sponsor for 12 years, nobody. It's so good. I gotta get, so John's gonna take me to Metallica and I gotta hook him up. I gotta pay for the parking. Levi's, fucking Jed York ain't fucking around on the parking. I looked it up today. It was 74 bones. I don't mind it. 74 bones ain't bad for 2 guys to see Metallica. And I was looking for motorcycle parking in there. They don't give you no grace for riding a motorcycle in there. They're gonna get their money. Roger's gonna have the ball and chain with him in San Francisco. That's fine. Hey, I can behave when I need to. I can be professional. I work at a university, Roger. We can park at my brother's in San Bruno and ride to training and Uber back. I'm a lot closer than San Bruno, John, but I can meet you over there somewhere. Or maybe if you're gonna be in San Bruno, I'll come pick you up. Oh, I see what you're saying. Take the train in, and then we're not paying for parking. You know what we could do, John? We could probably park off campus, and I can meet you somewheres, and we could take the VTA in San Jose, and then we don't have to pay for parking. I got some friends in San Jose. I got to look into this. I got to dig into it more. I'd pay the parking if you want to drive in, or I could drive in. I could drive you in and pick you up. $74 ain't bad for free tickets. Fuck, those tickets are probably hundreds of dollars. I think who's the opening band? I think Pantera's opener, dude. I think we get Pantera and Metallica. I'm gonna lose my shit. Iced up coilotitis. Oh, I had such a good time with that song. Yeah, I'll pay for the parking. I don't mind that. I just need to pick you up somewhere. We don't need to take 2 cars in. But we'll figure something out. Yeah, Dimebag Daryl. Oh, what a ripper. What a ripper. How lucky are we, dude? I swear to God, we grew up in the best time. All the frickin' music from when we were kids. When we were little kids till, well, there's no music anymore. The only place I can find a guitar solo nowadays, and I'll listen to it. You guys are going to laugh at me, but I'll listen to the pop country. So they got the country station in town, and I'll listen to it because there's guitar solos. And they're good. Those guys in Nashville are rippers. Oh, we get Pantera and Suicidal Tendencies? Holy moly, what a bill. We get 3 shredder bands. Bro, I owe you big time. If I won the tickets on Paulie's podcast today, I'm going to give them to Escobar 3. I'll make a super chat. And I was on that shit quick because Ride the Lightning was my favorite album. I was on that shit so fast. I still answered the question today, John. Don't get mad at me, but I still entered the contest. If I win the tickets, I'll donate them to Escobar. Man, yeah, I had the Vinnie Paul snare drum for a long time. So Vinnie Paul came out with this snare drum that had the snakeskin cover. It was this giant fucking snare drum. I got a song on here where I played it. Let's see if we can, well, it won't sound good on here because my shit was garbage. My recording was crap. I didn't have the microphones right. That's the Vinnie Paul snare drum.
Give me my toys. Billy Hall. Old school Hard Knocks. Don't forget me roll. Wanna pop a wheelie?
That was a bunch of friends of mine in Texas I wrote a song about, but that was the Vinnie Paul snare drum right there. John knew it in 2 words. Oh, it was right there. We'll see. I hope they give it to Escobar, dude. He needs to go to the show. Oh, man. I can't wait. Do we get to meet everybody, John, before that show? Is there like a tailgate, like a pregame, or is Paulie going to get us to meet it? Because I saw there's a VIP thing where you can meet Pantera. It'd be rad if we get to hang out and Paulie's going to hook us up. That'd be sick. I got to tell you my story about suicidal tendencies. I had jury duty, and I posted it up on their podcast. I went to jury duty with the Suicidal Tendencies t-shirt, and I got released. They let me go, so I didn't have to do jury duty. It's so good. I wore the t-shirt, Suicidal Tendencies. You're dismissed. Thank you. Have a great day. Oh, look at Roger's all. I was hoping sponsoring your show would catch on. Roger, you're the best sponsor ever. I've been at this a long time, man. I've only gotten to 40,000 subscribers with all the tips and tricks I share. And the kids really appreciate the channel. That's what's cool, dude. This channel is for the young technicians, and they appreciate it, and they're learning, and they're trying to learn their job, and they learn a bunch, and that means a lot. It does. Because, dude, I was taught by the old timers. The old timers would show us how to fix shit. They weren't the old timers that were like, fuck you, go learn it on your own. They were like, shit, we're going to make a mechanic out of you. And they did. And that's the way you need to be. Oh, yeah, the Dead Kennedys. What a great band. Smart idea wearing that shirt, JP Malice said. Dude, it totally worked. Anyone a Misfits fan? Oh, hell yes. Oh, yeah. Man. I got one of Gary Moore's guitar amps he used on Victims of... Dude, John, you got so much cool shit. You should open a You should open a metal museum, dude. Fuck, I'll buy a ticket for $25 to look at all your stuff. Man, you should. John sends me tons of cool music too. Yeah, man, you should get a museum going. Oh, cool. We get the pregame. That's amazing. Wow. Jason Johnson, his first lead mechanic started HVAC in 1968. I was 1 years old. I was born in 67. Hey, checked out this story. My mom and dad used to hang out on Haight-Ashbury. They were hippies. So the old man went down to Mexico to buy a bunch of weed. So he had a hookup down by Puerto Vallarta. So he drives the LTD down there and they load the fucking car up full of weed and pays him. And he fucked up and he danced with the owner's daughter and the guy was pissed at him. The guy didn't like it. So he tells him, take that shit back through Nogales. Don't go through California. So he listens to him and they get busted at the border. So it's 20 to life or take your draft induction. And the old man had to go to Vietnam. And man, he's like a real Forrest Gump. I got over 32 head amps alone. Oh shit. That's incredible. I don't play guitar that good, dude. I'm a hack on guitar. I could do decent on bass. I'm a drummer by trade, and then the guitar I just fake. I just fake all the guitar shit. Jason Johnson's old man's a Vietnam vet too. Yeah, my old man was replacement meat. He is just like Oliver Stone's platoon. He went there 68, 69. Um, he was the what is it, the MO3, whatever, the grenade launcher. And he's all, hey man, the first firefight they called us up front. He's all, there was 9 of us, 3 of us showed up. And then he's all, there'd be guys on the trail. The firefight would break out. He goes, I just wanted to get small. So he goes, I'd get down. He goes, guys would stand there and just take it in the head. Got killer stories. Yeah, the M203. He's got all these crazy stories from Vietnam. Christian Olivia, salute, Dave. You're the hardest working gringo I know. There's a lot of hardworking gringos. I did it to get the kids through school, dude. You guys know that. I told you the whole story. I worked the 2 jobs because, hey man, like I said, my parents were hippies. Money was always a problem in the house. When I got into the trades, I figured out I could work a shit ton. I was always hustling, get a second job. And like my sister-in-law, she's all like, fuck those kids. They can borrow the money to go to school. That's my money. My thing was the opposite thing. I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to get the daughter through school debt-free. And then she won't have any fucking burdens. Like, I had to grow up watching. And now that kid's up in UCSF, a researcher killing it, went to Johns Hopkins. The kid just graduated. Now he's going to a 1-year graduate program so he can get his master's in electrical engineering. And it's the very least I could do so that they're not all in debt. Because that in debt thing makes you a fucking slave. My house will be paid off in 3 years. I got no car payments. And I did it all by working like 2 jobs, man. Just hustle. And don't buy new shit. That's the trick. All my shit's junk. Well, except for the Harley. I bought the Harley new. So I'm a hypocrite. All right, well, you guys caught me. Fuck, I'm a hypocrite. I bought the fucking Harley new, but I paid cash for it. But I didn't buy the big ass fucking Harley. I bought the smaller one. I bought a Softail. I didn't buy a bagger. I'm a geezer, but I wasn't on no fucking geezer bagger. All my dad ever said about Nam was the beer sucked, but so did the chicks. So it wasn't that bad. He was married to my mom. Went over there and just rolled her eyes. Ah, John Joseph, that's fucking classic. Oh, my old man told me stories where he had to fucking light up ladies because they were VC, dude. And he feels terrible about it. He goes, but they all had machine guns. And then he told me this one story. So they were on the Mekong Delta, and the Navy guys would come in with all the cool shit. on the little boats, just like fucking Apocalypse Now. He said that shit was real. So he said one time they brought that fucking dragon gun in, they were testing it out. And he goes, that thing would just go. He goes, I fucking wanted to cry. He goes, I loved it so much. And he's telling me the story. He goes, they took it away. He goes, I wanted to fucking cry. So they brought it in and tested it, and it fucking killed everybody. And they're like, okay, it works. And then they took it away. And he couldn't believe it. And his nickname was Chicken Man because he was the point guy. And he said they did stupid shit. They'd go to the same places every fucking time and then come back, and they would never gain ground. And so he knew when it's like, all right, we're going to go here today. He knew guys were going to die. And he would just haul ass, get there. Okay, I'm here. All right, come back. And he's like, he just knew people were going to fucking die that day because they were just, he said there was just people that just had no common sense. And he said the first M16 he got was a piece of shit. And they got him a new one. And he said that thing was so fucking good. He said the trick was you only put 18 rounds in a magazine because if you put 20 in, it would jam. So he goes, you put 18 in it and it would work. And then those guys figured out real quick, fuck the full auto, just go semi. And he goes, the thing would work flawlessly. And he said they were great guns. And yeah, they would jam hard. And then he said he would get on those Navy boats, and he always bitches at me. He goes, the air conditioner never fucking worked when we got leave. He goes, but there was a fire department in New York that bought all their beer. So they would always have beers on the boats. My dad was knee deep in this shit, and they found I had 3 degrees in metallurgy and grabbed him and flew him back. And it turns out he was on Hamburger Hill when they did. Oh, fuck. That's crazy, dude. Oh, my dad talked about shooting the M60, the pig. Oh, that's crazy. My old man was probably 20 fucking years old because they had me young. So I was like a teenage pregnancy. So he's like 20 years old in Vietnam when I was like probably like what, 1 or 2. And he said the funny thing was they sent him to Fort Lewis, Washington. So he got busted for the drugs. They sent him to Fort Lewis, Washington, way up there, up north, cold as fuck. He goes, they're so dumb. They sent him from Fort Lewis, Washington, right to Vietnam. And he said they had guys dropping right off the airplane from the heat. There was no, getting acclimated. You guys can tell I've been drinking because I'm a lightweight. Fuck yeah, lightweight. Ah, yeah. He was the only one of his squad that made it back. Holy shit, John Joseph. That's crazy. Crazy. I got pictures every once in a while I'll put on Instagram with the old man when he's in Vietnam. But that's pretty cool. But he's got some killer stories. Then so his roommate, when he got his draft notice, so they sent the draft notice to the house that he lived with this guy, Ray. And Ray told him, you ain't going to make it, Shank. Because our last name's Shanklin, so the abbreviation is Shank. So you ain't going to make it, Shank, because you never wake up on time. You're always late. But he made it, and then Ray got drafted. And then Ray ended up being like one of the oldest dudes to ever join the Hells Angels. But bless his heart, Ray passed away. And I think he got in a motorcycle accident. But they got great stories, those two. My mom still remembers Ray and shit. Fucking, he said those dudes were nuts. Great fucking stories. Oh, Jason Johnson's grandpa was World War II vet. Yeah, so was mine. The whole family was military except for me. I was the only one that never went in the military. All the brothers. Let's see how many. Oh, I got one uncle that didn't go. So there's one uncle and me that didn't go in the military. He went to college and I went and became a refrigeration mechanic. Everybody else was in the military. And but that's kind of how it was in the days, right? Shit, especially if you grew up poor. Well, I mean, what opportunities did we have? Seriously, we weren't going to college. None of us were fucking going to college. My crew either got a job or you went in the military, and that was your two choices. And even back then, it probably wasn't a bad deal, right? I don't know about nowadays, but back then, not a bad deal. I still respect all those dudes to the moon. Look at that R-22. That's so funny. R-22 beers. All right, John, I'll reach out to you we'll figure out our travels to that show. I mean, we got a couple weeks still. And we'll figure out the parking and all the bullshit. And but we're gonna wrap this up tonight. Man, we did a 2 hour. It took me 2 hours to do 4 beers. Jesus, I'm old. And you all have a great freaking weekend. We'll super tech it out if I can find it. You guys all have a super duper weekend. I'm gonna try to. We'll see how many service calls we get over the weekend. Dude, I can't believe I got this many songs. This is stupid. I got like a list of songs like that. All right, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll check in next week. I'll try and get some content out. You guys are amazing.
Gets his jobs done before Ford. He's a super tech. Never calls tech support. He's a super tech. Gets his jobs done before Ford.